Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right.
Hello, Fortitude audience. It is Amos and I sitting here right now.
Hello.
We wanted to come on and just thank each and every one of you for being avid listeners and continuing to hear the stories of redemption and hope and fortitude. A lot of these stories are really hard for people to share, and the care and the concern after the fact has been really beautiful. What has been happening to not only our guests, but what is happening in the community of Fortitude. And so we just are so grateful. And we wanted to touch base on our mission and our vision of the future now that I am no longer working full time, and we are really focusing in on the podcast and a couple other things that are coming down the pike. And so
Never sitting still, are you, honey?
never, but
you're passionate. You've got passions that you're following, and you're making a difference, and you're following your heart, and you're following God's will, which is beautiful to watch.
It is so fun. It really is. And being able to spend time with our kids has been a beautiful
amazing.
thing. Yeah.
Just amazing. I wish we'd done that years ago.
We will have another whole episode on what the transition has been like for us. We've had a lot of people who said they have been following and really been encouraged by this transition in our personal life with the alcoholism and just pressing through in so many different areas of our marriage and of our
And when
family.
you say transition with respect to alcoholism, that was 3.5 years ago. But now fast forward 3.5 years, and you felt like God was saying you need to go be a full-time mom, which you've done.
Yes.
And it was so inspiring that you had someone the very next day you told your story. You've had a few people follow in your footsteps.
Yes.
Haven't you?
Yes.
Just take that inspiration and go, yep, it's time for me to jump ship too. And they've done it.
Yeah. Are you talking about the career?
Yeah, for the career. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been several people who have said, watching your story and watching your courage to follow what Christ is calling you to do, because truly that's all it has been. Not only, it's the big thing is just Christ has really pressed in on a lot of different areas in my life. And I knew that he was calling me out and that my job was kind of done where I was full time, as much as I loved it and loved all of it. Like it was such a beautiful parting. And so we're heading out to Wyoming, coming up in the next month or so. And we have, it's exciting because I'm going to be a commissioned minister. I went through some courses and that is still being honored. And so that's another big step, which is great.
Just never thought I'd be married to a commissioned minister. It just wasn't in any vision of what my future looked like. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And I know it's just a play in terminology, but I think it's actually called constituent minister, just to make that politically correct. I
am going to call you Pastor Heather, though.
Oh, okay, great. So sexy. So one thing we want to just a quick touch base on is Fortitude's mission and vision is really important to us. We do not want to lose sight in that. We never want to lose our focus on honoring the individuals who have been through some really tough things. And as we share these stories and, sometimes there is another side to the story, and we recognize that, we know that, and we really want to make sure that we're sensitive to that. But our biggest thing is speaking truth. Yeah. And the truth being those who have been potentially hurt or have the trauma and are sharing these stories of redemption and hope and what they have done through those tough times. That's what we're here to share. We are here to share how Christ has been a huge part in that and what they know to be true, and then also the ways that they can encourage others who may be going through the similar situations and similar traumas. And someone who has been on a lot of traumatic situations, from the alcoholic side, Amos dealing with me, and just what that was like what your side of the story is, what my side of the story is. Then also being a victim of rape or a victim of narcissistic abuse. That's my story. That's what I get to share. That's the next person that comes in will be sharing another story. Mm-hmm. And what will not happen in our side of things is that we will not lose sight of what Christ is calling us to do. Mm-hmm. And that is to, again, share truth and to help others who are going through similar situations.
Yeah. In this world that's so filled with garbage information and just entertainment, there is a lack of true wisdom and understanding. And we see people go through this life with not knowing what they don't know. And through hearing other people's stories, they can start to relate and start to make some different decisions about their life. And through that, we're saving marriages, you're saving lives, you're saving futures, we're saving generations. And the platform is not to speak to those who have hurt others. It's necessarily, this isn't a platform for people to vent their stories, to vent, that's right? It is a platform for people to talk about it. And there's a healing portion of that, but they're not pointing a finger at anyone. And they want to tell their story so other people can experience it and do things differently and change the course of their own lives. Yeah. And we will not bow to intimidation. Mm-hmm. We've had intimidation, and it's incredible how people can come out and try to silence this podcast. But, when you're doing the work of the Lord and your heart's in the right place, we believe in our mission. And when you have the backing of the Lord, courage is one of those things that just comes easy.
Yeah. And there's a lot of times that those who have done the hurt will try to silence for the sake of reputation or the sake of whatever it might be. And that's why we're being very sensitive to that. Mm-hmm. We will never speak names. We will never come right out. And like you just said, we won't, it's not here to blame, point fingers, or any of that. Is simply for those that are going through similar situations, that they can find healing through this. And also that their stories will help point them to the Lord, mm-hmm. which is the ultimate healer.
Right.
And so thank you to everyone who is continuously listening to us and finds laughter in mine and Amos's silly humor and relationship. We're not done by any means. There is so much more to come.
This is true. It's so true.
So keep tuning in. We have a lot of great episodes that are coming up.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening.